Over the past 11 months, I've generated over $3.5 million in revenue on TikTok Shop, with over $350,000 to $400,000 of that being profit. I've helped dozens of students go from $5,000 to $10,000 plus profit per month, including a literal mom who had no experience before working with me. Literally all you need required to succeed at this is a smartphone. No complicated business skills needed. A lot of the free course videos on TikTok Shop I see out there are good for 2023, 2024. But none of them are up to date. And this goes even if you're starting from scratch with 0 followers or no experience. So this course will pretty much cover everything you need to know: how to get started up on a new account, how to find viral products, how to structure your videos. I have a 3-step framework I'm going to go through that I use on every video, and how to consistently go viral. And then lastly, how to scale to 10K plus per month profit without burning out. I'm going to give you guys all the strategies that I wish I had when I started about a year ago with -$7 in my bank account, a little bit before I found this life-changing opportunity. So grab a notepad, take good notes, and honestly, you might want to rewatch it a few times just to make sure you catch everything. Let's get it. So what is TikTok Shop Affiliate? So for complete beginners, pretty much what it is it's a built-in affiliate program on TikTok. Affiliate is when you're posting with other people's products, not your own products. And every time somebody buys the product from your video, you get paid commission. And this is a little bit different than influencer marketing. So if you see any of those big influencers promoting products, the difference is they built a huge following to be able to do that. With TikTok Shop Affiliate, your personal following doesn't matter. All that matters is your marketing skills that you can learn. So TikTok Shop Affiliate is focused on product sales, not building a huge personal brand. There's 2 really main ways to promote this. For the most part, it's 100% commission. So you're only getting paid out if someone buys your product. For example, this is a product on TikTok. I could buy it at Target, for example. You don't have to have any type of relationship with the seller. They don't have to send you the product. They don't have to approve you to promote the product. You could just buy it in a store, make a video with it, and get paid commission. The other way to make it a little bit more consistent is what's called a retainer deal. So for example, the company could reach out to you, or you could reach out to the company and pitch them on 30 videos for $500. So no matter what, you'll get paid the $500 plus commission. So that's a way to make it a little bit more consistent. I know a lot of guys that'll stack $2,000 brand deals. They'll get 1, 2, 3 of them. That's $6K a month just off retainers. So as far as what's possible for earnings on TikTok, the cool thing is there's no ceiling. People are making anywhere from $100 a month up to 100,000 plus per month of straight commission. Everybody's results are different, but honestly, I see a lot of people hitting their first good big 10K plus months around month 3 or 4 of consistently posting. I've also seen some people hit crazy 70K commission months in their second month, but that doesn't happen for everybody. For me personally, my first month was 8K, my second month was 30K. Some people it takes longer, some people it happens a lot quicker. It really just depends on how quick you catch on, and sometimes honestly you can get a little bit lucky. But I think the big thing for a lot of people to realize is this is a real business. It takes real skills, and it's not like a get rich quick scheme. Just because there's people making hundreds of thousands of dollars in their first couple months doesn't mean that's going to happen to you, and you have to come in willing to learn, build skills, get good at making good videos, get good at marketing, get good at finding good products, and then the results will come. So the requirements to do TikTok Shop Affiliate: first, you need 5,000 followers. You need to be 18 years old or older, and you need to be in the US. For the most part, there's some other countries that allow TikTok Shop. And you also should be actively posting on your account. So there's a couple ways to get eligible to start posting TikTok Shop Affiliate. One, you can buy an account, or you can grow an account. Growing an account just means posting and trying to gain the followers organically from going viral and posting trends. Buying an account would be you spend $300 to $500 and you get an account with 5 to 20K followers plus, and you can start posting right away. There's plenty of different Discords and communities that have account sellers. I honestly would be very, very careful because there's a lot of scammers out there that sell bad accounts. So if you're gonna buy an account from someone, make sure you see a lot of referrals and you know they're legit. And honestly, that's just a headache trying to find someone who's really good at selling accounts and who's legit. So at the end of this video, I'll show you how to get a good account that's US based with 20,000 followers plus for completely free. But honestly, just a way I think you guys should all think about it. Let's say you try to grow your account organically by posting, and maybe it takes 3 to 4 months to get to 5,000 followers. Honestly, it can take a lot longer than that. That's thousands and thousands of dollars you missed out from those months from trying to grow organically that you could have made had you just spent $300 to $500 on an account. And honestly, if you do it right, you can make your money back in the first week or month. All right, so now that you have your account set up, you need to do product research. I'm gonna do product research with you guys live and break down everything that I look at that's made me hundreds of thousands of dollars and done millions in sales from this exact product research method. So first thing I'm gonna do, as you can see, I'm just on the shop as a consumer. Like here's my For You page. I go to shop at the top and I'm scrolling through like I'm a customer, right? So I'm gonna scroll through and I'm gonna click on every single video that I see, and I'm gonna look at 4 metrics. So we'll click on it. First thing I'm looking at is when was it? I want all my videos to be within the past, like, obviously the sooner the better, but within the past month. So this was like a month and a half ago, so not terrible. So I can keep looking. Second thing I'm gonna look at is the commission. So I want things to be like $2.50 around plus, or like over 10% commission. So if I look up here, this product is $2 and it's 6% commission. So I don't like the fact that it's 6% commission. So literally from there, I'm gonna keep scrolling and we're gonna see if we can find something that matches all 4 of my criteria. Second thing, so this was this month, so it checks the first box. The second box is traction. So recency, second thing is traction. It has good traction. It has 764 likes. Next thing, I wanna make sure it has good commission. This one does, $3.97. Last thing, inventory, 16,000 in stock. So again, first thing, recent. You want it to be within the past month, but the sooner the better. So if it was like 3 days ago, that's freaking awesome. Second thing, traction. Traction is obviously subjective. These first 2 metrics are subjective, right? But let's say, for example, like a few hundred likes at least. This one has 764 likes. That's very good. Next thing, commission. Now commission is really just preference. There's no exact number, but for beginners, let's say like nothing's worth your time under $2 a sale. If you blow something up that's $1 a sale, you get 100 sales, you make $100. If that were $4, you're making $400. Obviously it's kind of obvious, but at scale, it's gonna make a big difference, just a few dollars more in commission. Next thing we're looking at is inventory. Right here, you can see the top right, there's 16,000 in stock. I think you want at least 2,000 in stock. Anything under that, maybe not a great company. They don't have a ton of inventory to back up if it goes super viral. So I'd make sure at least has like 2,000 in stock. Some other things you can look at, like now TikTok is showing all these other metrics. So like 2.2K sold in the last month, as you can see right there at the top. That's good, means it's currently selling, it's currently trending. 95% positive reviews. So like, as you can see right here, it says 4.8 stars. I think it's probably smart to stick with stuff like 4 stars or more. Because if you go for stuff at lower stars, it can kind of hurt your rating as an affiliate. Next thing, the shipping isn't too bad. As you can see, it's $6. Anything with free shipping definitely will convert better. But as long as the shipping's not crazy, like $10, $15, it's not gonna hurt it too much. It's also 3-day shipping and free return. So that's all great metrics. I actually have this product right here and I've been promoting it a little bit. So I'll actually make a video for you guys live and show you exactly what I would do to make a video of this. I have some that are selling pretty well too. Yeah, so obviously this product meets every single metric. It blew up recently. It has good traction, good commission, and good inventory. So like, what do you do now? Either you can request a free sample, as you can see right here. I would hit get sample, and then I would request a sample right there. The only downside about requesting a free sample is sometimes you could get denied the free sample and then you won't get the product in. Honestly, what I recommend a lot of you guys doing, looking on Amazon and seeing if you can get it within the next couple days, right? So if I found this product, I would probably like immediately try and get it if it hits all the metrics. And then if you get it on Amazon and you get it in 3 days, I would post it right away. The thing about getting a free sample, sometimes it could take 1 to 2 weeks. And after 1 to 2 weeks, either the trend could be over, the inventory could be really low, like you kind of missed it. Things like this can happen and trend so quick on TikTok, and it's important to get on it right away. So there's one good one. We'll try and find one more. So right away, when I look at this video, I'm gonna scroll away. I'm curious if you guys notice why, but at the bottom, it's from October 4th, 2024, too long ago. Again, I wanna find something within the past month. Okay, this is not too long ago. Let's see. See, I don't like 10% commission. I want like 15 plus personally. So if I'm selling a $67 product, I would want more than $6 commission. That's just preference for me right there. Okay, so this is a little bit long ago. but since it has such great traction, it kind of overrides it being a little bit over a month, if that makes sense. So in the beginning, I said everything is subjective, right? There's no exact timeline it needs to be within. There's no exact likes. This is 327. If it said like 100 likes, I wouldn't still give it the time of the day. But since it wasn't that long ago and it has 18,000 likes, that means it's getting a lot of traction. It's probably still selling. So I've actually seen a lot of people blowing this up recently. We can kind of go over some of the pros and the cons of this product. First thing, personally for me, and this is what you have to think when you're looking at products and product research, I couldn't use this and I'd have nowhere to store this or fit this in my apartment. If you're someone with like a garage or you had somewhere to put this, it could be a great product and you could actually use it and showcase it really well. For me personally, I just couldn't use it. So right off the bat for me, I wouldn't get this product. One other thing I don't really love about it is that 10% commission, right? So it's like you're selling a $65 product, but you're only making $3.40 per sale. So for me, I don't love that. But again, that's just preference. Some people really like it. Other than that, it's a pretty solid product. $10 shipping is not crazy for a $65 product. Obviously, it's really big, it's really heavy. And it's honestly just really easy to showcase. I've seen a lot of people just making videos walking into their garage and showing it all set up and it blows up. One thing you can check is right here. If you click those arrows and go up, you can see some of the top selling videos. So if you were to buy the product, you can go down here, click on the video, and get some ideas.
I go buy these shelving units at the store. They are twice the price, 50% off here on the TikTok shop.
She said, do not buy in the store. And then it kind of makes you think, oh my God, like what's wrong with the product? It kind of actually gives you more trust with her. And then she tells you it's 50% off on TikTok. So if you were to get a product like this specifically, or any product, you can scroll through here, look at some of the top videos, get some ideas, and then put your own twist to it. But another thing to think when looking at a product is problem and solution. Is there a big problem that this product solves? Obviously there is for this one. You know, it organizes your garage. I know my garage at home was super cluttered. We got some shelves like this and it cleaned it up in an instant. So my thought for a video for this would just be showing a before and after. Super easy video to promote, and then it, you know, solves a problem for the user. So that was just 2 examples of good products. Again, the main things: traction, recency, commission, and inventory. A lot of them are subjective, but just for some numbers for commission and inventory, maybe $2.50 or more, 15% commission or more, and then you probably want at least 2,000 in stock of the product that you're going to promote. And then traction, you want at least a few hundred likes. Recency, obviously the sooner the better, but probably within the last month. Other things to think about is just trends. So currently Mother's Day is coming up, so I've been promoting a lot of Mother's Day products. Spring and summer are coming up, so I've been trying to find different like t-shirts and swimsuits that I could promote that go with the trends. So if you wanted to do product research around a certain topic, you could just go here, look up Mother's Day gift, and then you could do the same thing and just look through the product listings. This is the one I already have. Here is a video. This is my buddy Simon. Oh, where'd it go?
Do you hate your mom?
So when looking at trends, you can actually kind of throw the recency thing out the door and just make sure it worked at some point. So obviously this was from April of last year, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, new things for Mother's Day might not already be blowing up. So this video blew up last year. The product is $26 and $3 commission, so 10%, not terrible. And they have 1.6K in stock, so not great. So I'd probably keep looking. So here are some things to keep in mind if you were looking at this, obviously, and you were not me to think if this is worth getting or not. So first thing, it was pretty recent and it has good traction. So check first 2 boxes. Second thing, it has really good commission and decent inventory. So I would maybe see if there's another link that looks similar to this, but has more than 1.1K in stock. So you could just look up Mother's Day cups and see if there's any other ones. You can also just go to a shop that is selling a cup like this and see if they have other listings. Scroll down, and then here it is right here. So this one is similar, a little bit lower commission, and they have 2.7K in stock. I would probably promote this one. It checks all the boxes. They have like a little bit over 1,000 sold, which is good. And they have good reviews, 4.6 stars. So it checks all the boxes. I would get this and I'll promote it. So again, think of different trends, like any holiday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter was a good one. And then spring and summer are coming up. I would always do it really early. So if you feel like you're way too early, start posting it. The videos that blew up for Easter blew up in January, right? People were posting them and being like, I know it's too early, but the deals are great right now. So you can always take that angle of being like, the prices are going to go up the closer we get to summer. So now's the time to buy your bathing suits. And I would always try and promote it before, the whole group of affiliates starts running and promoting it, because then it's a little bit too late. And then when you're going to do product research, just off the top of my head, there's a bunch of niches that always crush. Kitchen stuff does really well. Currently, I have these like steel wool type like kitchen cloths that are used for cleaning. They're like multi-purpose cleaning. It's like 10 of them for $6, free shipping. They're crushing. Tech appliances do really well. Health and wellness stuff. So like anything that, gives a solution to a problem. So supplements do really well. This could be obviously a whole video on its own. And then two that I think are kind of untapped. A lot of people say don't promote clothing. I think clothing is great to promote because people get to see the clothes they want to wear, on somebody else before buying it. So they get to kind of, feel out the size. And then food is currently blowing up. Just people, I had a student do 13K last month just eating peanut butter out of the jar. So food is blowing up, and I think people just really like watching other people eat food. It's kind of weird. I don't like doing that, but I don't know. A lot of people do. So food is crushing. Okay, so I know I said I was going to make a video with the Mother's Day cut, but I actually need to make a video with these anyways. So I'm just going to break down how I'm going to do it. So first step, there's 3 steps to every video. First step is a hook. So I'm gonna record it real quick and then break down what I'm doing. Have you guys seen the viral video of the lady who cleans houses for a living? And she said this is the only thing that can take the stains out of her glass stovetop. All right, so I used a question and I used a trending video. So the question is just like, have you guys seen that viral video of the lady who cleans houses that gives her some type of credibility? And then obviously problem solution. These glass stovetops are really hard to clean. You get a lot of stains on them. I'm going to try to show a before and after, very visual, of how well these work. So second thing, I kind of made this a little bit dirty on purpose. So I'll even take butter and just freaking make it look gross, right? And then I'll try and show a good before and after. So as you can see, my glass stovetop has a ton of stains and they're so hard to get out. I've been living here for a year and nothing seems to work. I'm going to spray it down a little bit and then use this to scrub it all out. It really seems to be picking up a lot of the grease. So this is step 2, by the way. I don't know if I said this. This is step 2. This is the product breakdown. You want to visually show the product in use. Now it seems to be working very well, but let's take this rag, wipe it up, and see if it actually cleaned it off.
It's dead.
Look at all that dirt and grease. I just cleaned this thing recently. It got a lot of it up. One thing I'm going to add here, there are still some stains on it. I'm going to say it didn't pick up all the stains and be kind of honest. Sometimes the more honest you are and don't claim that the product's perfect, you'll build a little bit more trust with the audience. So as you can see, there still are some stains. It didn't pick up everything, but it almost got everything. I think some of them just won't come up. And now the last thing is called the CTA, call to action. I'm just going to close the video in literally 5 seconds. I thought these would be expensive. The crazy thing is you get 10 of them for $6. If you guys want to check them out, I'll drop a link right there. So that took me 5 minutes, record the entire video. And now I'll show the process of me editing it. Okay, so now I have filmed the video. Next step, I need to edit it and post it. I do this all in TikTok, by the way, and I'll screen record it and show you guys exactly how to edit, because I know for a lot of people, editing is kind of scary. I'm terrible with phones and editing and shit. It's so easy. But before I edit, I kind of want to break down a few things of the 3-step framework I was talking about. I think I went over it a little fast when I was recording. So first thing is hook. The hook is the first 3 to 5 seconds of the video. It's the most important part of the video. If you don't get people to stay throughout the hook, they're not watching the rest of the video. They're not going to buy the product. You need to be able to grab people's attention. There's 3 different, things you can do with a hook. First is verbal. It's what you say in the hook. So in the hook, I asked a question, and that typically works pretty well. Have you guys seen the viral video of that lady? You know what I mean? Now people are kind of curious to see what I have to say. Second thing you can do is a text hook, and you can add this to the video, and I'll show you this when I edit. But you're just adding some text on the screen that grabs their attention. And then third thing is visual hook. I can throw some screenshots up here, but just putting something on the screen that kind of visually, is appealing or kind of makes them confused. Some people used to do this with the body trimmers. They would go like this with their elbow and make it kind of look like a butt crack and then shave it as the hook. It went viral a ton just because it was kind of crazy and grabbed people's attention. Second thing is a product breakdown. If you can, you really want to show the product in use. So I showed it there in use. It was very visual. I think the best products, you can demonstrate the product, right? Things you can't demonstrate is like a supplement, for example. You can't really visually show a supplement except for showing the pill and taking it. there's no before and after that it creates. Something that is a little bit more, visual that you can demonstrate is clothes. You can try them on. You can show different angles. You can show how it fits. It's easier to visually demonstrate. So think about that when you're getting a product. Last thing was the call to action, CTA. It's the last few seconds of the video. Some things I see people mess up with a CTA is they make it way too long. You want the CTA to be very relaxed, very chill. If you guys want to check it out, I'll drop the link right there. Always mention the link, because the more times people even click the link, the more TikTok pushes your video. So even if they don't buy it, but they're clicking the link, your video will get pushed more. So try and always tell them the link's at the bottom of the video. Some people don't even know the link's at the bottom of the video. But a few things I'll do is scarcity. I'll say, there's not many left. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll put the link right there. Or talk about the price. If you guys want to get it before the price goes back up, I'll put the link right there. But don't make it 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Don't be like, if you guys want to get it, you should get it right now because the price is going back up, and they also run out of stock super quick, and you should probably get it before summer, because when summer comes up, it's just too salesy, right? Just pick one thing, pick one little CTA, stick with it, make it super chill. If you guys want to check it out, they're selling out quick. I'll put the link right there. Very chill. So now I'm going to edit, and I'll show you guys exactly how to edit. All right, let's edit. Let's see how long it takes. It'll take 5 seconds. So to edit, you click on this little top right. It looks like a rectangle with 2 arrows pointing outwards. One thing you can do when you edit is you can scroll, zoom in on the clip. And it obviously, so as you can see right here at the top, it says 0, 3 seconds, 6 seconds. If you zoom in, it gets a little bit more exact, so you can clip it a little bit better. So first thing this is the biggest, most important thing. You want to make sure you're cutting out every single second that you're not talking, so it flows really well. So watch here. As you can see, I didn't start talking till 1 second. So I'm going to cut it. You can click on it, hit split, and then delete this part right here. Now the video is going to start right when I started talking.
You guys seen the viral video?
I'm going to back it up a little bit.
Have you guys seen?
You can also, as you can see, hold on these arrows right here and swipe out if you cut off too much.
Have you guys seen the viral?
So right there, that was perfectly right where I started talking. Now I'm going to play the video and then stop it where I stopped talking. So the first step to editing, cut out every single little blank space. Then you can go back and add text and all that stuff.
The lady who cleans houses for a living, and she said this is the only thing that can take the stains out of her glass stovetop.
So I'm going to pause it right there. As you can see, there's a little bit of space. I'm going to split and delete that part. So it cuts off right where I stopped talking.
So as you can...
Now, same thing. You see I stopped talking, so I'm going to cut that part out. Some people, when they first start TikTok, they leave those in, and it just is really hard to watch. So just practice pausing it every time you stop talking, split it, and then play it again.
I've been living...
And then pause it where you started talking, and then just cut out the space. Super simple.
Get out. Living here for a year.
And then if you cut off too much like I did right there, you can just back it up a little bit, drag it out.
I've been living here for a year, and nothing seems to work. I'm going to spray it down a little bit.
Again, I stopped talking. So there's definitely a lot of me scrubbing it. So I'm going to take that whole 9 seconds and just delete it. If you feel like you have the same thing repeating in the video a lot, it's kind of redundant, just get rid of it. And then here's a CTA.
I thought these...
One thing, if you notice right there, I kind of stuttered a little bit. If you stutter in your videos, and kind of mess up, my best advice is to get right back to the sentence as quick as possible. In the past, when I first started, if I stuttered like this, I would be like, oh shit, and take 5 minutes to start recording again. If you notice, I didn't even think about it and I just kept recording. Just see if you can get right back to it. So a couple things I'm going to do real quick. So the part of me cleaning was kind of long. So opposed to taking that out, because I think it's kind of satisfying visually, I'm just going to speed up the clip. So I'll click on it, click speed, and I'll go to 2.0, for example. So now that clip was 18 seconds. Now it's 9 seconds, and it's a little bit quicker to watch. And I might just clip out a little bit of it, the last 3 seconds. So now
Use this to scrub it all out.
it's a lot quicker. It's kind of satisfying. I'm probably going to speed up this part too. Even though it's just a few seconds, it's 2 seconds now opposed to 4 seconds.
Click it off.
See what I mean?
I mean, look at all that.
There's a little space where I wasn't talking, so I'm going to cut that. All right, now all I'm going to add is text. So first, I'm going to add the text hook. So I'm going to be something to try and catch their eye, right? You don't want to be dishcloth rags. Then it's obviously an ad. So maybe something I'm so shocked they worked, with this emoji. And then I'm going to make it with white in the background so it's easier to see. Then I'm going to change that to black. I'm going to put it for 4 seconds. So again, it's the text hook, so you don't keep it for the whole video. And then you put it at the top of the screen. One little tip here, if you click the top left button and go out, you can drag the text up to the top.
She said this is the
and see where the For You page and following would be. You don't want it up there because then people wouldn't be able to see it. If you drag it down here, you can see like where your profile would be and stuff like that, and the likes and the comments. If you drag it down here, you can see where your caption would be. So you want to keep it away from those things. I recommend just putting it at the top right below the following and For You, and then it goes away. One thing TikTok does that's new now too is you can click captions at the bottom right. It'll auto generate you all of the captions and then just make them super small. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, but I'll just add them to this video to show you guys. Now the whole video has captions and text. Super easy. I'll just watch the video through one more time to make sure I didn't mess anything up, or if it, make sure it flows well.
Have you guys seen the viral video of the lady who cleans houses for a living? And she said this is the only thing that can take the stains out of her glass stovetop. So as you can
I just like trim it a little bit to make sure it flows best.
As you can see, my glass stovetop has a ton of stains and they're so hard to get out. I've been living here for a year and nothing seems to work. I'm going to spray it down a little bit. Use this to scrub it all out.
That could be a little bit shorter, I think.
Now it seems to be working very well, but let's take this rag, wipe it up, and see if it actually cleaned it off. I mean, look at all that dirt and grease. I just cleaned this thing recently. It got a lot of it up. So as you can see, there still are some stains. It didn't pick up everything, but it almost got everything. I think some of them just like won't come up. I thought these would be expensive. The crazy thing is you get 10 of them for like $6. If you guys want to check them out, I'll drop a link right there.
Perfect. Now last thing I need to do is just add caption, hashtags, in the link. So caption, these rags are perfect for cleaning anything in your kitchen. So for the caption, I'm just going to do the product and the price. You can get 10 of these rags for less than $10. I'm going to add dish rags, and I'm just going to make it 10 of these rags for less than $10. Try to make the caption super simple so TikTok knows what it is. First 3 hashtags, I always do the same thing on every video. TikTok shop, TikTok made me buy it, TikTok marketplace. Second 3, I do specific to the product. So steel cloth, dishcloth, dishes. Let's do one more, cleaning. Normally I just do 3 and 3. 3 general, 3 about the product. Then you go click add link, product, click on the link, add it to your video. I'll just make this super simple. 10 count dishwashing rags, add it. Now, last thing I'll do, I'll hit edit cover, and then I'm going to make it the name of the product. So dish rags. Done. That's everything. Caption, hashtags, link, cover. Then you just freaking post it. That's all you got to do. I mean, what did that take me? Like 10 minutes? You do 3 a day. That's 30 minutes a day. And there we go. It posted. Okay, so now we've been over literally everything you need to know: how to find products, how to make videos, how to edit the videos, how to add a caption, add the link, how to post them. That's pretty much all you need to know. But now we can go over a bunch of different content styles in case you're running low on ideas of like what to post. So first there's skits, which if you've seen my page, I'm sure you've seen a ton of them. I can maybe throw an example up right now. Skits, you're just trying to make them fun and engaging while still selling the product. Normally you do this with 2 people, but you can also do what's called a solo skit. Pretty much the key with skits is to make them short and quick. You want to get to the product within the first like 10 seconds and then just hit a bunch of selling points. Another easy one is faceless. So your face literally wouldn't even be in it. You're just filming the product and talking about the product without actually showing your face in it. I know someone who's done a 70K month, probably more now. He's probably done more now with just faceless. Next would be a regular talking head video, which is kind of like I demonstrated. Your face is in the video, you're talking, you're trying to make it as engaging as possible. And then one other one that's super easy is a comment reply. So if someone comments like, what size did you get? Or I'm 5'10", what size should I get? You just make a comment reply video and then make a video replying to their comment. They tend to convert very well. One thing to keep in mind with TikTok, there are some guidelines you need to be aware of. The way it works is you get 24 points on your account. And normally when you get a violation on your video, it could be anywhere anywhere from 1 to 6 points. When you get 24 out of 24 points on your account is banned, and very rarely can you get your account back. So let's say you had thousands of dollars you hadn't withdrawn yet from TikTok, you could lose that money completely. So it's important to read the guidelines of TikTok, and you can find that in your TikTok shop account. You can read through all the guidelines, but it is a lot. So I'll just break down a few of the like really important ones. One, with clothing or honestly like any brand, you cannot compare brands directly. So let's say, for example, I'm showing this cup and it's like 20 bucks, and then I show a Yeti and I'm like, the Yeti's $100, but you know, you get the same thing. It's just not a Yeti. You'd get a violation instantly. You cannot, you know, put down another brand or even mention another brand's name, especially if it's competing with another product. As far as logos on your clothes, you should probably just stray away from wearing stuff with like big Nike logos. I know people who have like worn Adidas and they've gotten violations, even if they're not like talking about the clothes. Just try and be careful. You know, I normally wear like plain stuff or stuff without like a big logo on it. Another thing with clothes, like I couldn't compare this to a Nike hoodie, but you can get smart and like allude to it. So for example, I could say, you know, I got this for 20 bucks, but there is some hoodies out there that are $120. You know what I'm talking about. And then in the comments, everyone's like, you know, they're trying to guess what it is. Some people know what it is. It creates that engagement and curiosity, but you're also like price anchoring by using the $120 one, and you got this one for 20. So if you want to talk about another brand, kind of just allude to it. Right now, shorts are blowing up for summer, and a lot of people are saying Lulu opposed to Lululemon. Still kind of cutting it a little bit close, but you know, instead of saying Lululemon, they say Lulu. People still know what they're talking about, and they get the point across without saying the actual brand name. Another thing is you have to have the product in hand. So a lot of people will like try and make videos with products, but they don't actually have it, or they'll just talk about the product and not have it. We'll get a violation for the most part if you don't have the product in hand. Last thing is with supplements. Supplements are kind of interesting. Like you have to walk a fine line for the most part. Don't directly claim that it's making a huge benefit in your life. You can talk about the benefits of it, but honestly, I think it's most important to just talk about the sale. So if you're getting like 60 pills for $15 opposed to 50, right? Like normally these supplement brands are running huge sales, and that's how they're blowing up. So I'll just talk about that. Also, skits are pretty good with this. You can kind of like allude to the fact that you're feeling better without directly saying that it's making you feel like changing your life and stuff. Most of the time with supplements, you get violations for over claiming benefits. So a good way to like learn how you can like allude to it and kind of like play the game is just by watching other affiliates who are good with supplements and see what they say. Another quick thing is just music. For the most part, just use non-copyright music. There's a little loophole you can do where you can use any music you want, but then TikTok can just take the sound out of your video and you'll have to remake it. So I recommend if you're going to use sounds, just use the non-copyright ones that they allow you to use. And if you do get any type of violations, just don't do that video again. I've had so many people get violations and just keep doing the video over and over, and then that's when they get like a 24-point ban, as they keep doing the same thing over and over. If you get a violation, don't be dumb. Stop doing what you were doing. And sometimes TikTok will allow you to do what's called like a point reduction quiz. So you can take a quiz and get 1 point back. So probably just do that if you have the option. And then once you start making a ton of money through TikTok, I think it is important to reinvest into a second account, even if you don't use it a ton. If something is to happen to your main account, you'll have a backup account just in case, like you need to start posting on that one if something is to happen on the other account. So now that you finally had the ball rolling and you're posting on your account, you know how to edit and everything, let's talk about how to scale to 10K plus per month profit. The biggest thing I would say here, more than anything else, is to set input-based goals opposed to output-based goals. And what I mean by that is your goal shouldn't be to hit 10K a month. And I know it's confusing. You're like, well, CJ, you're saying you're going to help us at 10K a month. Why wouldn't that be my goal? The easiest way to quit and the easiest way to give up is by having output-based goals, being like, I want to hit 10K a month. An input-based goal would be, I want to post 3 to 5 times every single day for the next 5 months and do product research twice a day. For the most part, you can put everything else aside that I taught you this video and just do that, and you will eventually hit 10K a month. And the reason it's so important to set input-based goals is because there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be times where you have crazy months, and there's going to be times where it slows down a lot. Most people in entrepreneurship in general, not even just TikTok Shop, will stop at those like low points. But if you can be someone who's process oriented and focused on the inputs, those times won't matter to you, right? If you set input-based goals, at the end of the month, if you posted your 3 to 5 to 10 videos every single day and did product research, you can check the box off. If you didn't hit 10K, you feel like a failure, and that's when you quit. And the only people who win are the ones who stay consistent. When I tell all my guys and girls when they blow something up, keep doing product research as if you're making no money right now, right? I made that mistake, I think, with the first product that I blew up. I stopped doing product research, and then when it slowed down, I was like, what do I do now? You should always be testing at least one product. Even if you have a product doing really well, always have one kind of on the back burner that you're testing and throwing in, constantly doing product research, constantly getting new products in. So when that product that you're killing with dies down, you have something else picking up in theory, you want to always have something doing well. It's not really going to work like that, but this will help get rid of those low points the best you can. Second thing I realize a lot of people don't do enough of is when they have something do well, recreate the viral video over and over and over and over until it stops working. I'll see people blow something up and it converts really well, and they just, immediately try and find a new product. While you should be trying to find new products, you should still recreate that viral video like 10, 15, 20 times. Every time I have something do really well, I recreate the video until it literally won't work anymore. You milk it as much as possible. Even if you post 10 more videos with it and only 2 go viral, that's 2 extra viral videos that can make you thousands of dollars. So don't stop posting it until it literally won't budge, like it will not blow up anymore. You can also expand with your content strategies. If you only do faceless, you can try some skits, you can try some comment reply videos, you can try some talking head videos. I do every single style. I do faceless, I do skits, I do comment replies, I do solo skits, like everything you could think of, I've tried it, and I've honestly had success with every single one of them. And I think people kind of keep themselves in a bubble by only doing one style of content. I think it's important to try a bunch of different styles. And then obviously, yes, if one's doing way better, you can kind of double down on it. It's also very important to build efficient systems. And one of the biggest things I've found for this is batch recording. Some people hate it, some people love it. I think it's so great for staying consistent with TikTok Shop. What batch recording is you'll make all your videos in the morning or at one time. So this morning I made like 5 videos. I edited them, I put the caption in them and everything. And now I have them in my drafts, and throughout the day I can just go and post them. When I first started doing TikTok Shop, I'd make a video in the morning, edit, post it. Then I make one midday, edit, post it. And then make one at the end of the day, edit, post it. I think the biggest thing is the mental energy you're wasting by, making one in the morning, and then the rest of the day you still know you have 2 more to make. If you get your videos done in the morning by batch recording, it's very efficient, and then the rest of the day you can focus on product research and doing other things, and it's a lot less likely that you're going to burn out. And then lastly, I obviously preach don't get too in depth into analytics and your watch time and all this stuff, but see what's working and double down on it. If something's converting and selling really well, continue to post it over and over and over, like I said, until it stops working. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need to look at like the percentage of people who live in a certain state that watch your video and the demographic. A lot of that doesn't really matter. If the video is selling, make it over and over and over and double down on what's working. And another thing to keep in mind is 2 very important things. 1, find really good creators and constantly study them. Like follow my page and see who I follow, like what good creators I follow. Constantly study them. And you're never there. You never made it. You're never good enough. Always try and find little ways to make your content a little bit better. I found for myself like 6 months ago or so, I kind of felt like I hit my peak and I was like, oh, I can't get better. I'm just going to keep making the same videos over and over. That's when people will surpass you. You should always be trying to find ways to make your craft a little bit better, make your videos a little bit better, a little bit more engaging. There's always a better creator. Try and find ways you could pick from them and add it to yours with like your own style. Now stick with me here. The last thing we're going to talk about is mindset. And I feel like when people start talking about mindset is when most people check out. You're going to be done with the video. I got all I need. Like I got all the technical things I need of how to start. Mindset doesn't really matter. Mindset is more important than anything I've talked about today. I knew I was going to be successful with TikTok because I said I was going to do it for a year and not give up. That's how you beat everybody else. You're playing a game right now, and it's TikTok or entrepreneurship or making money online. You're playing a game, whether you like it or not. And you're playing against a bunch of people who are going to stop like a month or honestly, probably a couple weeks in. And if you can be the person who will stick with it for a year, you're going to win. So that's the first thing, is what I talked about earlier. Input-based goals rather than output-based goals. Setting goals on the work rather than the output. That is how you stay consistent. Make your goal to post 3 times a day or more every single day for a year. Do you see the difference there? Most people are like, make 10K in my first month. And that's why they're jumping from thing to thing. It's shiny object syndrome. This business model is so much better. This business model is so much better. Pick something, whether it's this or not, and don't stop. Consistency must be the foundation, and then you will be successful. And then find anything that just helps you stick with it, right? For me, it's a routine. I love waking up in the morning, working out, and then getting my videos done. It feels good to me. I knock them out in the morning and then, I'm done for the day. For some people, they love journaling or meditating. It doesn't matter, whatever it is, find something you can stick with for the long run, period. Second thing is being able to deal with slow times, right? Being able to deal with, like, why me? It's been 4 months and I haven't had a video blow up yet. And, how do you deal with those tough mental battles? And for everybody, it's different. For me, I love listening to different podcasts, Alex Ramosi, Chris Williamson. Any good entrepreneur has been through exactly what you're going through right now. They have been through the hard times and they continued going. That's the only thing that separated them from you. The only reason they're the one you're looking up to, or I'm the one you're watching this video from, is because I stuck with it when it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. If it were easy, everybody would do it. There's so many different ways you can think about it. Maybe it's finding a group of people who also do TikTok Shop or a community that you can talk to when you're feeling frustrated. Maybe it's watching the podcast, like I said. Maybe it's having somebody you know you can talk to. But getting through those tough times is what makes or breaks if you're going to make it or not. So you have to find a way that you can get through it. For me, when my head feels like I have a lot going on or it feels very heavy, journaling helps a ton just to get all my thoughts out onto paper. It's kind of like trying to solve your mind and your thoughts is kind of like trying to solve a complex math problem in your head, and you write it down on paper, and it's super simple. A lot of times when I'm overthinking, if I just write it down, it makes it so much easier to get through and process. Another thing I think is very important is to find your why. And I think this sounds kind of cheesy, so I'm going to try to explain why it's actually important. Find your why doesn't mean making money. There's a reason that you want to make money, right? For me, it was freedom. I hated having to be at a, work at a certain time, at a certain place. I worked plenty of jobs, and I just hated the fact that someone could tell me where I needed to be, what time, what I should wear. So for me, it was a freedom thing. The money was cool and whatnot, but I just needed something that gave me the ability to do whatever I wanted, whenever I want. So that gave me perspective in times where I didn't feel like making TikToks because I wasn't making a lot of money. I didn't care, right? Because I had the ability to do whatever I want. I got to use my creative freedom in these videos. I got to promote cool products. To me, it's like, it's not that hard, right? So by having that mindset is like, well, I'm not at a job, so I should be grateful. That helps me a lot. For you, it might be, a certain car you want to get, but I honestly would push you to try and make it deeper than anything or money. What is your actual why? And it might be important to sit down and write down and try and figure that out, because I don't really lack motivation much, right? Obviously, sometimes I do, very rarely though, because I know why I'm doing this. But at the end of the day, all the mindset stuff aside, it doesn't really matter how you get it done, where you do it, what you're promoting, as long as you stay consistent with it. If you can go into this and stick with it for a year, you will be consistent. The problem is most people can't do that. So find a way, whatever it is, whether it's journaling or smoking cigarettes, whatever it is that can keep you sticking with it for a long period of time, play long-term games, and that is going to be the most important thing that determines your success. I found out what works, and in my first few months, I made close to $100,000 profit. And then I took those same frameworks and taught them to a college dropout, and he made close to $13,000 in his third, fourth month profit, and was able to quit his job. And even my girlfriend in the last 3-4 months of 2024 made close to $40,000 profit. At the end of the day, it comes down to just taking the frameworks that I taught you and posting consistently. If you're not posting consistently, you're not making money. It's really that simple. So you now have 3 options. Option 1, you can click on the next video that pops up on the recommended tab, and then more than likely not hit any of the goals that inspired you to click on this video in the first place. Option 2, you can try this by yourself. You're going to have to figure out everything on your own. You're going to spend hours doing product research. You're going to waste a ton of money on products that probably aren't going to convert, and you're going to have no one to talk to when you hit roadblocks, because trust me, you're going to hit roadblocks. Option 3, you join my TikTok Shop affiliate community. We literally give you 24/7 access to ask questions. We do 3 live calls a week with very small groups. We go over product research live. We break down videos live. And plus, we'll give you full access to a TikTok Shop account that has 20,000 plus followers for free. Remember I mentioned that earlier in the video? So you can start posting right away, opposed to grinding for months to try and reach 5,000 followers. But I do want to make it clear, I do not work with everybody. If you don't want to take TikTok Shop seriously, and if you want to quit within a week, and if you're the type of person who joins programs but doesn't join the calls or ask questions, this is not for you. I really only want to work with people who are serious about building real income with TikTok and who will actually utilize the resources that we provide for you. So if you're serious about joining and you want to make life-changing money in 2025, click the first link in the description to see if you're fit to work with me and my team. I'll see you inside.